Hey, I'm back. I mean, you knew that. You clicked on the video, right? Um, we're gonna be talking about my biggest tips for the Genshin trading card game. Once again, please do not call it Genius Invocation trading card game. I'm okay with Genius Invocation. I'm okay with Invocation. Do not call it by its full name. It is a terrible name, or I'll call you an NPC. Because all the NPCs do that. They're like, Genius Invocation, trading card game. I love it. It's amazing. How did I lose? That's crazy. Maybe it's because you had 4 dice and you chose to end your round. And now I have to go before you. I hate you for that. But regardless, I still win. Because, they ended their turn early when they definitely weren't supposed to after they used like one attack. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk, right? First tip. Elemental reactions are different from the actual game. So what does this mean? Essentially, I mean like things like melt and vaporize are different. In the actual game, they scale off of stats, right? So like they're like 1.5 times or 2 times or anything like that. In the actual card game, or like in the card game, the game mode, elemental reactions, they always do the exact same thing, right? So the point I'm trying to get at here is that weaker attacks that trigger elemental reactions are buffed because they trigger elemental reactions, right? So it seems like the meta now is to just spam them because they're really good. Like, it doesn't matter if you're only doing 2 damage. You technically did 4 because you put Cryo and Pyro together, right? And like there's also swap cost, but what if you didn't have to deal with that? Then would it be broken? Like, the thing is, there's a big flaw to that. And the flaw is there is no flaw. It's really good and it's broken and it's basically the meta right now because like no shit. Now, if there was some way to attack, right? Just attack and then deal elemental damage. That's very common, right? Like, think of like Xingqiu ult. I'm not talking about infusion, by the way. I'm talking about dealing elemental damage and then having another proc of elemental damage hit. Like, at least there isn't anything based on round length, otherwise that'd be pretty broken. And if you swapped into something like cryo infusion, that'd be pretty broken as well. Like, pyro cryo is really good right now, so if you had some sort of melt infusion like that, where you're doing 5 damage like per normal attack, and you had like minty mint rolls to lower your normal attack cost, and then you had an NRE to be able to draw that faster. Oh, and also if you're able to turn it into Omni Element, yeah, that'd be pretty scary, but I guess we don't really have to worry about that, right? Because it doesn't exist. Right? Tip 2, use your favorite characters. I don't have any of these. I'm just gonna talk about them because I think they're really cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just you, no one else. Every single viewer will not be able to hear this except you, right? So between me and you, I thought Sino was a girl because I only saw his face. And I was like, okay, she has a big rack, right? This guy's shirtless. He's really cute. If I get this guy at like, what, player level 7, which is going to take a long fucking time, I'm going to make a deck out of this. And you're going to see how weird he is. And you're going to feel like I'm weird for doing this, but I'm not. Because he's adorable. And I love him. And I don't even know what he sounds like. I don't even know what his voice actor sounds like. Actually, those two are the same thing. But you get the idea, right? Like, I don't know his personality. I don't know his voice actor. But I love him anyway. Because he looks cute as fuck. Anyway. Basically, his passive, like, you get 1 level of his passive every turn. If it goes to 6, it drops back down. But for level 2 and level 4, you get Electro Infusion, and then you get increased damage by like 2. So like, we're just back to spamming normal attacks, I guess. And it's like, is this good with Yoimiya? The answer is yeah, it is. You know what the worst part is? Like, it's a turn 4 kill, right? Because you have to like get to level 4. Actually, no, you can use your ult, but I think that's kind of difficult. If you use your ult, it ups the level by 2. So if you go to like 5, then you're chilling, and you just do normal attacks that deal electro attacks that deal 4 damage on top of a Yoimiya ult that does 1 pyro damage, and that's 7. But I guess it's harder to set up, so I guess we won't really worry about that. Honestly, that could be good, but I don't even have Inazuma. Like, you have to beat like the Inazuma campaign in order to have Yoimiya and Ayaka. So, you know what? Maybe I have to go through like Sumeru or some shit to get Sino. If that's the case, I'm gonna fucking cry. I don't know if it's Sino or Kaino. Either way, I still love him. Right. Next we have the Stonehide Lawatro. This guy's nuts. So he gets a passive that gives him Geo Infusion and physical damage. Geo Infusion when an entire kit is physical damage. He also gets +1 damage every round, and he also gets a shield that can be used 3 times that will reduce damage by 1. So like he has an effective health of 11, and yes, I said 11, not 13, because this guy has 8 HP. No other character has 8 HP. It's just this guy, and he's the only person in this entire fucking game that doesn't have 10 HP. And that's just so bizarre to me. Like, why not go to like 11 or something and then just make him like dog shit? Like, I would have been down for that. But they made it 8 because the effective thing is like 11. Except not really, because if you use geo damage, it lowers the usage by 2. So then it's only effective 10 health. And also, it's not health. Right, because like once the shield is gone, it's gone forever. But also the talent brings it back. So like you get the Geo Infusion and then you get the shield back, and that's pretty good. So hey, you know what? This guy's kind of cool. I think this guy's called Magu Kenki. I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I actually forgot the name in the first few takes of this video. Luckily we got here. It was really risky though, because I spent like half a minute talking about Sino and how much I love him, and then I realized, hey, I'm gonna have to pronounce this guy's name. But I got it, dude. All right, this guy's 4 attacks. Like, is that not enough for you? Oh, it's not enough. Oh, he has access to 2 elements. Yeah, just for some reason. Like you think the Traveler would be in the game, and you think the Traveler would do that, but no. Let's give it to some random ass elite enemy. I've never seen this guy in my life, alright? I've never fought him, because like I'm probably not a high enough level for this shit. He looks cool as hell. No offense to him. But like, this is really the first guy to be able to use 2 elements at the same time. He's just holding 2 swords. Like, this shit shouldn't be that difficult. Y'all don't know how to do this? Alright, whatever. He also, his 2 of his moves, not his elemental burst, they summon a sword. They summon swords that deal cryo damage and animo damage, and that's sick. Also, his talent allows him to swap to the previous character or the character after, depending on which summon he uses after with his talent, right? And then on top of that, when you burst, you can proc your summon effects without consuming their usage. And that's also really cool. And it's like, wow. These guys are really hard to get. You get Sino at like level 7. I think you get Lavatril at like level 6. And then I think you get Magu Kenki at like level 9. So like that's why nobody uses them, because no one has them. Like, that's just funny to me, because everything else is really easy to access. Like, if it's good, you just get it. But like, what about this guy? Has anyone even got this guy before? Like, I don't even know. Right? Like, that's the worst part. That's the worst part here. All right. Anyway, what was this last slide? Yeah, this. Right. I remember. This last one is to be aware of threats. So when I mean be aware of threats, I mean be aware of when you're gonna get fucked up. Right? So, like, as an example here, Kaching ult does 4 damage to the active character and then 3 damage to everyone else. If everyone has 3 HP, you're not gonna use, I mean, wait, no, okay, I'm so sorry. I fucked that up. But essentially, Lotus Crisps, it reduces damage, by 3 for your, the next attack dealt to you, right? So, if you want to keep something alive, you have 2 options. Either you Lotus Crisp it, or you swap in for a quick sacrifice. Now, do you Lotus Crisp or do you swap? The answer is always, always swap. Do you know why? Because after she attacks, she gets her ult. That's not fun. Because now you need the Lotus Crisp to stay alive, right? So let's say like you sack your Sino, right? And now your other 2 characters are left. At least you'll have the Lotus Crisp and survive for the next time she attacks. If you don't, you die. And it's one of these prediction things that I just came up with on the spot. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just one of those prediction things. Because it's very reasonable to assume, hey, she's going to use her ult because all of my teammates are low. Right? My entire team is low. If I use my Lotus Crisps now, my entire team stays alive. But why? What value do I gain from that? Right? Because if I don't have like a bunch of ways to swap for free and swap with fast actions, it's not really going to matter. It's really slow. Especially in late game, where almost every single attack matters in terms of how quick it is. Right? It's kind of similar to how speed works in Pokemon, because speed in Pokemon is really important because Pokemon can die really, really fast. Not as fast in this game, so that's why swapping out fast actions don't matter as much in early game because everyone's like pretty topped up. But when everyone has like 3 HP, swapping with fast actions matters a lot. It matters a lot. So you have to keep that in mind, right? You don't Lotus Crisp. You always do it if you need to stay alive and you can't sack something. That's just something to keep in mind. Obviously, this is very situational, but it's something that you may not recognize immediately, which is why you always want to keep a lookout. Because one of these days, you're going to have 3 of your units. All of them are going to have 1 HP, and they're all going to die to a Kaching ult. And then you lost the PvP match. Well, the PvP match doesn't matter, right? But you lost your dignity. You lost your dignity, Funderscore Toast. You lost your dignity. But it's just a hypothetical, so it's not really that big of a deal. All right, thanks for watching the video. Yeah, I'm not nervous at all. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I just finished like the DLook analysis like 5 hours ago. I should not be doing this right now. I'm not gonna post this like the exact same day because that's kind of weird, and also I don't really know how it works, but I don't really want to post this right now. I think I'll just post it later, but just something to keep in mind. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day, and also don't forget, it is murder if you eat toast, and it is cannibalism if I eat toast. All right, now have a good day.